It's time for the John and Rick show. Rick, I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks.
I know. Do you miss me, man? My
I
snoring and
do.
stuff?
I was going through withdrawal. I came home and it was weird waking up with my wife instead of you.
I know. I wake up, here's John bringing in coffee for himself. Hey, John, how's it going, man?
You were gone by the time I woke up every morning.
Yeah, that's true, too. I get up. I can't sleep. Man, I mean, that last night, man, I was like, had too much to drink. I'm tired. I'm babbling along. I mean, it's like, I can't even think straight. Getting old, man, getting old. But
It was tiring. We went nonstop morning to night.
morning to night, man, we closed most of the places down. Literally, we did. The Shoeless Joe's, we closed it down. We were the last people to leave.
I know walking the
YouTubers,
sidewalks late at night, just the two of us, no one
yeah,
else around.
we were looking around like is anyone following us? Oh man, that was fun though. I tell you, I think I had more fun this year than even last year, just for the people and the laughs. Literally, the laughs were just. We had a
Yeah,
lot of.
I've had so much fun every time, and there's generally hang with some of the same people, but a lot of times different people too. I don't even know what my favorite one is.
Oh,
That,
that's
that's
true.
that's the fifth one I went to, and I
Yeah,
don't think I can name a favorite. They're all
I
pretty
think it's
awesome.
just. I think better than last year, maybe,
Do
because I
you?
know that the ones where we stay at the house with the misfits, you can't. I mean, those are
Yeah.
classic. But last year was more. God, they were. The National was kind of tight with the hotels and heck, they're probably not this year. They weren't didn't seem as tight, and just seeing all the people and yeah, I mean it was just a blast. Your ATM, I did a video of you, the ATM, and then the tequila, tequila Tijuana Bible with Lou Gehrig and with Keith and Drew. I mean that was
You can never show that. You can never show that on video.
that was so much fun. I mean I'm still laughing at that, man. But somebody picked it up. I didn't buy it. I went back there to see if I can make a deal, and it was gone. I don't know if
What,
Keith has it.
what was he asking for that?
It's like $500. It was it. That's. I think
Really?
you can find it cheaper than that.
That seemed high. Keith, did you buy that? Lonely Basement.
Keith, Keith helped me out at the ATM. people, people cheering. People. Some people thought that was like a setup. It wasn't a setup at all.
That's the sad part. That's
I would
that's
have
the
the
sad
same
part.
issue. I would have the
That,
same
that was
issue.
actually real.
I would, uh, but I don't
So
know.
what happened? I didn't know how much I could get, and so I just had to keep trying until I got low enough that they would give it to me. I didn't know how what my limit was on that particular card to get out in a day.
Should ask the kid next to you with the Pelican case. Hey man, how much can I take out of here?
Well, I have a couple of debit cards and they're different, and it depends if I'm at that bank or not at that bank. So I don't know.
Yeah. So what'd you think about? I mean, overall compared to years past or the
My
national?
national experience was wonderful. Uh, just great. I got to see a lot of people hang out. I didn't get to really. I didn't feel like I got to see as many people or hang out with as many people this year. I just think there were less YouTubers there. There were so many people that I've seen in the past that were not there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Mike's baseball collectors posse. I'll say his close friends weren't there.
Yeah,
And Chris, there's a lot of people that didn't go, but
and the YouTube get together seemed like a lot less than
lot less.
normal.
Yeah, I was thinking, geez, we're not going to get into this YouTube thing. We got to get there, and then there was no issue whatsoever of
I know we were concerned because they were telling us to get there early. They had a person limit and all this, and yeah, we got right in. There was no problem whatsoever.
but it was a lot of fun seeing everyone and talking cards.
And
But
you got one big card.
yeah, let me.
Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk about the comment you got on that card?
No, that's okay. I blocked that son of a, you know what? That was my
I
first
have
time
to
I ever
share
blocked
I have to
anyone.
share the comment though, Rick, because it's just this is the modern baseball fan. Um, so you want to show the card you got first?
Yeah. So 1931 W502 Babe Ruth, and definitely
And
off
we had a
center.
big ordeal. We had a big
Big
ordeal to
ordeal.
get that thing
Yeah, because
reholdered because the flip was
they
wrong.
they said 28 and card 6, but it's actually the 31 is card 29, which is on the bottom. And you would think PSA, they don't grade these every day, okay? They don't. It's not like some kind of common card that they make a mistake on the label. I mean, come on, it's crazy
Well, the
how.
number's right there, right?
Yeah, it's
The
29
number's
on the
on the
very
card,
bottom there,
and
and
they had the number wrong
they had the
and
number
the
wrong and the
wrong
year
year.
wrong. And whoever originally got that graded had to pay up, man. That's not a cheap card. I don't know what they charge you, but they don't
Hey,
get it.
what do you want them to do in 2 minutes? Come on.
Oh, no, that's true. There's
But
other.
they reholdered that for free, right?
They reholded it for free. So I'll give them
So
that.
props to them.
Props to that. A guy named Corey I dealt with when I first ran to the line, and I begged the guy basically, "Hey, I don't want you to mail this. I've lost stuff in the mail. You know, I know you're coming from California. I'm in California, but can I just pick it up? I want to pick it up. I'll pay for so." Literally, I'm telling the guy because I can't. We can't take your money. It's free. No, I don't care. I want to pick it up because I'm leaving on Sunday morning, and I was lucky enough. I didn't get an email to say I could pick it up, but when I saw that guy, same guy Corey, the same spot in line where he was behind the booth there, and I just walked up. Hey, you remember me? He goes, yeah, I remember you. Let me check in the back, and lo and behold, I was able to pick up the card and take it home with me.
But
So
you dragged me over there one other time before you got a notice to try to get it, and they wouldn't.
no,
And then you were
and
running out of
so
time. You were getting nervous.
I was getting nervous. Now we're talking. I picked this up like Friday. I'm sorry, Saturday about 3 o'clock, a couple hours before they actually closed, and they were just going to mail it to me. So and I love that
And
stuff.
so, do you want to share the comment you got when you came home? You were so
I don't know.
excited to get
I
that
don't even
card, and you
remember.
showed it.
Yeah. Do you? I don't remember the comment. It was bad. It was pretty bad.
So Rick got a comment. The person said that Babe Ruth wouldn't even make a minor league team today. Why would he want a player like that?
And I had to block the guy. That was the dumbest. I said, don't view my channel again until you smarten up.
I don't even know, what are we even doing at this point when all these baseball players, all these great players are not, not hobby relevant. Nobody wants them anymore. Theo and Professor Sports Cards were talking last night about how essentially Willie Mays and Ted Williams aren't hobby relevant anymore because their cards aren't going up as much as other players. And I'm not disagreeing with them saying that, but isn't that sad? Like, what are we even collecting then? If if Willie Mays, I mean, is this why everybody's moving to non-sports cards?
I think so. I think so.
I don't know. Is Batman overrated?
Snoopy,
Queen Elizabeth?
Mickey Mouse.
Ugh.
Now I want to. Now I want to ask you: is it pot? I mean, we got to ask Victor this. Can Snoopy, Mickey Mouse have a rookie card? They're not players, right?
We don't have to ask Victor. They can't have a rookie. There's no such thing as a rookie mouse.
But I'll give people. The cards are so expensive, man. You can pivot off nine sports cards. There's some beautiful, crazy history non-sports cards. Ryan breakout cards. I saw the collection he brought to the National to sell, and I mean, there's some big boys. I was mesmerized what he has, the history of some of these cards, presidents and inventors, and it was really impressive. But it's not my what I would like to collect because I'm into sports, you know, baseball. But it was a pretty impressive collection that he had, and I kind of pivot myself to photos because if I can pick up a for instance this photo here, Walter Johnson photo for what you would pay for a Walter Johnson strip card. I mean, all day long. This might be a one of one, literally type one photo of him. So I pivot. That's what I enjoy collecting.
So
Not
why do
to
you
you.
think why do you think this pivot's happening? Because you certainly can't run out of buying baseball cards or finding cards to buy or any sports. Do you think the pivot has to do with the money, or is this the next thing people are pumping and dumping? What do you think is fueling the movement? See, for me, I'll get back to that in one sec. But for me, I'm a card lover,
Mhm.
and um, I moved to I started out as a baseball fanatic and baseball card fanatic. Over time, I think I enjoy the cards more than the sports these days. And so, as a card enthusiast, I certainly understand wanting to collect those kinds of things. In fact, I had gotten the Star Wars. Uh, um, what's the goldenrod air,
The
and
goldenrod.
I just saw there was one on Facebook in an eight that it was selling for like $1,500. I was like, holy cow! When did that shoot up? And the Batman rookie card, I guess,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
one of the hottest cards in all of the card hobby now. So, what do you think's fueling that?
Well, I think people they want the goats. So Mickey Mouse is the goat. Snoopy's the goat, right? When it comes to those things. So people want the goats. They don't want to collect like you collect differently than some or maybe even most. Because when you're at John's at the National, he's not looking at a a big boy card. He's looking at cards that are $100, $50, $200 at most. Where most people are looking for something what they call a Grail card, I guess. And so if you can't find or you can't afford a Grail card, then you move on to other things like Snoopy or
Well, no, no, no. In all fairness, um, you don't have to not be able to afford the Grail card. Sometimes people just don't want to spend that.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, you can. There's so many cards. There's so many cards I don't have. So many cards
How
you
many
do
Grails
not
can you have, Rick?
have. What'd you say?
How many Grails can you have? Because there are hundreds of YouTubers and they're going there and they're looking for 20 Grails each, different Grails. How many Grails are out there these days?
I honestly don't have a Grail card. I do not
What's the
have.
Grail card for non-sports? I have a Mozart rookie,
That could be a Grail card for someone that's into.
even though I'm pretty sure he died before it was made. I have a
But
Pocahontas card.
what I mean, which why do you think? Okay, why do you think people have pivoted to non-sports? Do you see that more this year than
Because
they
I
did?
think the hobby is driven by people trying to flip and make money. And the cards at the prices they're at now, it may not be as easy to buy them and sit on them and hope they keep going up forever. Maybe they're looking, there's a lot of chatter, a lot of people pushing them. So I think a lot of people are buying them now, going to sit on them for a little bit and hope for a next boom and kind of help that along, that boom. It's my
Okay,
personal opinion.
okay, yeah. I mean, people are not. You can always pick up a.
Same, Rick. A lot of baseball card collectors, sports card collectors, doing Pokemon for the same reason.
Yeah, that's true.
And
But
quite honestly, if you're in our age group, and I do collect some non-sports, not in a big way. I've never spent a ton of money on one like I have baseball cards, but it's easier to understand. Like I can't understand Pokemon,
mhm.
but I could easily understand non-sports, and it would be a heck of a lot easier for me to educate myself on them and shop for them and know the condition, and just way easier for me to go into non-sport than it would be to go into Pokemon that I know nothing about, know nothing. So if I was to invest in cards or want to buy cheaper cards because sports cards have gotten too hot, although for me personally, I'd move more to vintage football and basketball and hockey, because I do collect all those too. Even track and field. Like, look at those Jesse Owens I got so cheap. I couldn't believe, and Joe Louis so cheap. So that makes sense, for people that are into vintage cards to move more into non-sport than Pokemon if you're doing it as an investment,
Mhm.
or if you just want a cheaper hobby, and you can get these cheaper, maybe.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Um, I collect. I told you this. I collect. I think I collect history over the cards themselves.
Yep.
Because this card, it's not the most beautiful card in the world. It's black and white, definitely miscut.
It's like my video I did today.
I didn't see it. I'm sorry, I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
I entitled it "I Collect Ugly Cards,"
But I
because
collect
everybody's
history.
always like, "Look at the vibrant colors. Look at the how beautiful this is." And a lot of the cards we collect are not beautiful cards.
Hmm.
That is not a beautiful card. It's
Yeah.
a rare Babe Ruth, though, and I love the history of and what that card issue is and all that. I don't have to. I'm not collecting diamonds. I'm not looking under a loop at every little detail of my cards. I'm with you. I'm collecting history, and I enjoy the history of the sets, be it black and white, color, painted on artist, or a photograph of the player. All of them, you know. And we're gonna show some sets uh, here tonight that aren't the most beautiful sets ever made. No,
For
uh,
sure, for sure.
I'm sorry. I get a kick out of this. I mean, Willie May. Why are you collecting baseball cards if Willie Mays doesn't matter? Who's not going to matter next? And Babe Ruth couldn't make a minor league team today.
But
What are we even doing?
I love.
Maybe this is why everybody's moving to non-sports.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, everyone, collect what you
So
like. Like I said, I think.
here's
Go
the
ahead.
thing with non that as an investor I would worry about in the future if I was to invest in them is I would want to stick with the names that everybody is knows and knows good, historical figures, more so than a lot of cartoons, actors, you know, things like that. That even some of the great baseball players, young people don't know. And so, are they going to be into Snoopy in the future? Um, I don't know, Marilyn Monroe, uh, Mae West. Do they know who Mae West is, for instance? So if it were me, I'd stick to the bigger names, that kind of historical figures,
Mhm.
Abraham Lincoln, Pocahontas, those kinds of things.
Mhm. Yeah, I just can't. Like you can't go down. I can't go down that rabbit hole right now. There's a lot of cool stuff, but I
I
got so
know.
much lane. I don't have the time to research those types of cards with their worth, background, and they just don't interest me. I'm not. I'm interested in sport, baseball especially,
Yeah.
when it comes to cards. So it doesn't interest me, which is fine. Everyone, there's Star Wars, right? Star Wars was at the National. There's a huge display there of Star Wars, and that's a big thing. I'm a Star
The
Wars fan.
Nationals really just, it's getting super corporate now. Uh, it's like, what were we saying? It's like Fan Fest without the, without, without the what I say, without the fest.
Without the
It's like
fest.
Fan Fest without the fest. There's not a lot of activity like there is at Fan Fest, but a lot of new companies popping up. We saw Big League Chew. They're going to be releasing cards. There was a company making cards for them, and they're going to be in boxes, unlicensed. They didn't have the emblems. But there were so many different companies that I did not recognize. New products popping up everywhere. Some company was selling these little figures.
That's right.
You know, they all looked alike, and they're these little tiny figures. I'm like, I don't know, man. Whenever there's a boom like this, there's money to be made everywhere, and everybody's just opening a company left and right. Everybody's getting into the card business, quitting their jobs, and it's all booming right now.
Yeah, the upstairs, we walked up there, but I wasn't going to fight those, those, in they weren't that wide, literally. I mean, you would have to bump into a million people just to walk through the upstairs, all the booths upstairs. So, because there's corporate around the booths. They could have expanded out a little bit upstairs. They have more room, the aisles and so forth, but they have all this corporate now upstairs.
Yeah, but it was nice. I have to give them props that they really expanded the space up there, and I think it helped the overall national. Where aside from, I think it was Saturday, there was one day I was really crowded, but aside from that day, it was pretty easy to flow through, even though it was a record-setting crowd. I didn't feel like I was like this the whole time. I think it was Saturday. There was one day it was kind of like that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so I don't know. The thing I take away is the crowd, just to get into the national, and the upstairs, where I didn't realize that the VIP room, when I didn't really, the first couple of years I would see the VIP room, and you would just see a bunch of wrappers and cards and garbage cans and a few
Yeah.
people sitting there. And nowadays it's a trade day upstairs. It was kind of
But
interesting.
they actually have that big garbage can. Now they say they're donating these, but I don't know. Like, do kids even want these? So when you open the packs, you just throw. If you don't get any hits, you just throw them in there, and they're all laying in there in a giant. They have these these. They're basically garbage cans, donation centers. I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty
I don't
cool.
know. To me, when I give charity, like I want it to matter. Like I was sponsoring a little event to send some kids out in California cards, and I gave them Aaron Judges and Otanis and stuff. I mean, I didn't just send them just things that most people throw away. But I guess that's better than tossing them. But I think a lot of these cards just get tossed today, or gobbled up, collected by the repackers, so they have a bunch of fluff to put in there.
Yeah, yeah. So I have
Or they end up in like my binder or Moynihan's binder when we put our sets together. But we're a dying breed. We're a dying breed.
Yeah, I picked up a pack here of 21 Bowman Platinum. So I'm going to crack this sucker open and see if I'm a rich person.
Oh, wait, let me sell some spots. Okay, who wants in? How much are we going to sell these spots for? What can you pull?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
Hey, speaking of Wile E. Coyote, and there's a movie coming out about him where he's suing Acme. Looks like it could be funny.
So I have a rookie card, Clark Schmidt, Yankees.
I'm with you, TJ. Is he any good? What's it worth? What's it worth?
It says rookie card. Ooh, Nolan Arenado. Looks like it's sparkle here. Is that what we call these things?
Hey, Dane.
Francisco Alvarez. So these are 21 Bowman Platinum. A big $5, and I got a Clark Schmidt rookie card.
How much are those worth?
Probably not $5. Well, maybe $5. I don't know. Clark Schmidt.
I'm a little hopped up. I decided to have some coffee to wake up tonight. This is my third cup.
See the person right there, Jake. Last 3 or 4 years, that you pivot, or you just
You
don't
zig
go
when
over.
they zag.
Yeah, zig and zag, zag and zig.
All right, we want to talk about some sets. I got one of each at the National, and Rick, he just loves to research this stuff. I do too.
Which one you
We
starting
got
with?
some interesting, stuff Rick found. Man, this was a real mystery. I'm going to show it. So this was, I got this postcard. It's been mailed, and it's an embossed postcard.
Which is
And
cool.
this is another one that I have. I already had this one. So I got this other one at the National. And so, and Rick, do we know if these are from 1906 or 1907? I've seen them both.
Did you?
Do we know?
On your back of yours, does it postmark at all? Does it show you a year?
Yeah.
On yours?
But that doesn't. Well,
I know.
if it's 06, it would matter.
So I think they were basically.
This one doesn't have a year. Wait.
Okay.
No,
So
this
they
one doesn't
narrowed
have a
it
year.
down to between 05 and 09, just because of.
Okay, this one's 08.
Okay, so they posted.
This one's 08.
The only way they can really tell is just by the postmark. So there's postmarks from 05 to 09.
Yeah, this one's rubbed out, rubbed off. Looks like it could be 7. Anyway, it's either 7. I think it might be 7. So I see them listed as 1906 and 1907. I wanted to bring this up here. Let me bring it up and then share my screen. So Rick tracked down the photo for this, and what I want to point out is at one time they thought these were generic photos, but then they started to find the actual photographs that they match up with. And if I could present here.
So there's actually 6 postcards to the set, and these were printed by the Illustrated Postal Card and Novelty Company in New York. And these guys, they basically produced 3 million postcards a day. Now, obviously not these, but 3 million postcards a day, this company. They had 600 workers. So rather big company. Postcards, I guess, was a big thing back then. And they were in business from 05. That's where I come up with the 05 to 1914.
All right, so this is the one that I bought. And you can see this guy batting. There's a guy back here watching. And Rick tracked down the photograph. So there it is. It's Johnny Anderson and Deacon McGuire catching for New York. And Anderson left New York, I believe, in 1905. So this was this photo had to be from, I believe, 04. Would have been an earlier photo, but you could see that's the exact same photo. So now we know that these postcards were indeed copied from actual photographs of players. But where's my other screen? I had another. There we go. Well, that's Rittenhouse. Where's my other screen at, Rick?
Get our
Here it is.
producer on the line here.
So these are, this is the one that I got. This is one here.
Yeah, the batter swinging is Ollie Pickering.
Ollie Pickering.
Was the batter. Somebody came up and found that photo.
Yeah, and that's who they where the term Texas Leaguer came from, was from him when he was playing in the Texas League. And then we have this. This is
Batter catcher
Frank
umpire.
Chance, right?
Frank Chance is the batter. The actual catcher is Frank Roth. I researched that. Frank Roth. And he was the first actually Yankees pitching coach, apparently. But
okay.
Catcher Frank Roth.
And then we have this one. And this is George Winter.
Yep, George Winter. These are relatively inexpensive, these postcards.
Oh, yeah, they are. So when I got this one, it was marketed as Jimmy Collins.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we know who this is.
Yeah, I don't think we know.
There's another one with a guy sliding at third, and that one's Jimmy Collins. And I don't have it here. I couldn't find a picture of it.
Yeah.
I just read about it.
Card 6 was him sliding.
Yeah, so this one here, Rick, you need to identify this for me because I don't know who this is. Now, I had this. I was like, I have, hold on. I have this. And I'm like, you know what? I have a press photo that's similar to this. Let me go check it out, but it's not. It's not. This is Bill Abstein for the Pirates. This is an old press photo I had picked up.
It's, okay, gotcha. It's Ty Cobb jumping in the air.
Well, I compared it to the Ty Cobb photos. It's not him. I've found a lot of similar photos. There's a one of Frank Chance jumping. I tried to look up like Jimmy Austin. I think the stadium might be the Highlanders Stadium. I looked up photos, and it looks the same. At first, I thought it might be St. Louis, but I think it's the Highland Stadium. And so I was looking up Highlanders, and I started searching for photos, and I couldn't find any exact match. There are similar poses, lots of them. So we need to find out who this is. We need to find this original photo. You need to get onto your newspapers.com and do some research.
I mean, that's half the fun is
I know.
research. I mean, literally, that's why I have this card. We don't know a lot about this, the W502. We know it's not hand cut. It says hand cut. It's not hand cut. Why? These were basically the same. Whoever printed the Harringtons, the Yinglings, the Tharps, printed these. Same checklist. But why is Ruth different on this card than those other ones? Because the Harringtons, he's in a Red Sox uniform, right? So
now that's set there.
Is
that the same? Do they have the same baseball images? Is it a multi-sport set? Is it just Babe Ruth? What's the deal with that year versus the 20?
So the 28, basically the difference between the 28, the reason Ruth has a different card number from 28 to 31 is in 31, they updated the set, and the first 18 cards are new players in that set that weren't in the 28s. So you have Lefty Grove, Jimmy Fox in the 31 where they weren't in the 28.
Now, do they? Okay, so the ones that were in there. So they redid the players that were in 28 too and added.
No,
or it's a completely different checklist, but just
it's a different checklist because of those 18 new players. So,
but so Babe Ruth was in the 28. Okay, 28. Lou Gehrig's in the 28. Is he in the 32?
Yeah.
And does he have the exact same image?
Same image.
Yeah, so Babe Ruth's the only one that changed,
I don't know if he's the only one, but
to the best
I
of your
know
knowledge.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
I'm guessing yes. I'm guessing yes.
that's interesting. I wonder why.
Well, I'm thinking these were that even the 28. I'm thinking that the Harringtons came out first, Yinglings, the Yorks. The Yorks were 27, but they came out first, and somebody realized, hey, he's this is a Boston photo. He's now on the Yankees. So why don't we get a
Yep.
picture of him on the Yankees? And so they updated it. And I read somewhere on the checklist, some people on a checklist have those those STARPs as that photo. They have A and B for card 6, and B being this one. But I've never seen the advertisement back for STARP being this particular photo. So I don't
Yep.
know if that's true or not.
I haven't either.
That's but that's why I like there's so much we don't know, but I would love to know why that is. But anyway,
Yeah.
we're off topic here. So the those gold embossed ones, you can get them. It's kind of surprising that people now that we know who the players are, that they're not more popular. Like you don't, there's not a lot of Jimmy Collins cards out there, Hall of Fame.
Right. That's what I wanted to bring up about this is, this is Deacon McGuire. He does not have a lot of cards. Not a lot at all.
And I think Frank Roth, whoever he is, I don't know too much, but he doesn't either. So not that you're
Yeah.
collecting Frank Roth,
Where?
but this company would print, like I said, 3 million postcards a day. That's crazy.
Yeah.
The
Sorry,
building,
Rick. I'm
Good.
looking for my next screen to share. I had a bunch of screens open because I was doing a bunch of.
And I did find an advertisement for the Illustrated Postal Card and Novelty Company. They were advertising in a Philadelphia. They had actually a another company in Philadelphia and Chicago, but the main office was in New York. And I saw an advertisement for businesses. They advertised they were going to sell. You would get 100 of these postcards for $1.50. 100 postcards for
Nice. I
$1.50.
wish we could get those now.
So they were saying it's a great advertisement, a great incentive for people to buy your products. So businesses, hey, $1.50.
Well, that brings us to our next set about selling products. So we want to talk about the 1933 Rittenhouse. I got the Lefty Grove at the National. These are little playing cards. They have letters on the back, numbers on the back, and advertising on the back. And if you spelled out, what was it?
The
Rittenhouse
Rittenhouse
Candy
Candy
CO.
CO.
CO. Rittenhouse Candy CO. If you spelled them out and turned them in, you got a series of products you could get. Let me share again.
A fielding glove, a ball, a air rifle. Everything's like, here, kid, have an air rifle. A mitt, knife, a knife. So you had to spell it out. But of course, to screw the kids, one letter was short printed.
Okay. Here we go. So here's the advertising back.
Yep.
Here's an example of this. My two are slightly different colored. This is a reddish tint.
Mhm.
They're clearly different. Now, these look like they're hand cut, but they're not. They were just crudely cut at the factory.
Yeah, I think they were. I think they were. I think they're vertical because you can see the on yours probably you can see
No,
the.
I know, but I don't believe they were. They were not. They looked like they were strip cards, but I don't think they were.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
from what I've read.
Hmm.
But it's possible, I guess.
My thinking is they were two to a strip when they handed them out or put them in the thing, two to a strip, and
You're
then
just thinking that, or you
I'm
know
just
that?
thinking that because I researched a lot of different cards. There's not a lot of cards. I mean the PSA there's probably a pop of like 2 to 5 of all these, so there's not a lot of them. But I see where the
Yeah, they're all
line
like single digit pops.
I see where the line is where you would actually cut it, and there's a line either on the top or the bottom, but not both. So I'm thinking
Well,
these were two to a
no,
two.
mine has a line on both, I think.
Do they? Do they? But I've seen a lot that were hand. I don't know.
From what I've read, like you could see, well, this one has here. These are really crude. Mine aren't that bad. But you could see like lines on the top and bottom.
You can see lines on top and bottom.
Yeah, I mean, look how uniform this one is. This Chikafi here. Beautifully cut.
And they come in different colors. The front comes in different colors too.
Yeah. So, back to what you could win. I wanted to go over that real quick. There's a listing here on this article, and this is REA. And you could get a fielder's glove, skates, a first base mitt, an air rifle, big league ball, or a pearl knife. So if you could spell those out on the back, and you didn't always get a letter.
Well, because
So
H is
as with
short
most
printed.
cases, I'm sure they short printed.
The H is a short printed one.
Oh darn, I don't have an H. I can't send in for anything.
And they also had another advertisement back with you turned in a lucky number, or it's you can't really. The only one I've ever seen on Google is half of it is kind of cut off, so you can't really. But it's something to do with numbers. And I've seen a 5 and a 15, and I don't know if you add up to a certain number or you have to turn in a certain amount of numbers in order to win a prize. But those are really painfully rare. The
Yeah.
numbers.
Now, what's the designation on these? These
E
are
285. E285. It
yeah,
should be actually R. It should be
yeah.
R,
I
but
wanted to bring that up because R. So when Jefferson Burdick did the R classification, it stood for recent because he made that original publication in the 1930s, and so you'll see different cards that came with different things listed as R. They weren't just candy or gum. And the E was, I always assumed stood for edible because it was like caramel cards and edible candies and stuff. So these are one of those ones that could be either or. Now,
yeah,
written,
he didn't
now,
know
these
at the
came with
time.
what? These came
Oh,
with what?
sorry.
Caramels?
Yes. Yeah. I think a nut candy type thing, caramel
Oh,
nut.
like a candy bar?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying the caramel nut type
Oh,
candy.
okay.
Um,
Interesting. It's amazing. Every week when we do this and we go over different sets, all the different ways these things were distributed and how popular they must have been because they gave them away in so many different products. And it must have been a real disadvantage back then for you not to give something away to these kids that had a baseball player on it because everybody else was.
yeah, the building is actually still standing.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's still standing. I looked at it.
And where is it? Philadelphia?
It's
New York?
in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
On
all those candy companies. How did most of them ended up in Philly, right?
Yeah,
Most of
most of
those
them.
candy companies. Because you look back at the early E cards, you had the American Caramel, the Philadelphia Caramel, the Standard Caramel. Were they all in Philly?
I think so. Yeah, because it was just
And then how
easier
about
for.
Nielsen's chocolate? Where's
Is it, isn't Nielsen a? Yeah, that's the same. That's all of them were in Philadelphia because it's just easier to ship the chocolate to Philadelphia, the cocoa, than it was, to New York apparently. So that's why.
yeah. All right, let's go to the crowd. Let's go to the chat. Anybody have anything they want to talk about or any questions? Anything they want to add that they might know about these sets? Any of you know
The
anything about these
so
sets?
Ruth has two cards in the set. The Obviously his cards are pretty expensive. I think Fox has two cards. Melod has two cards in the set.
Yeah, and there was 52, right? They were meant to be a true playing deck of cards.
Mm-hmm. But everyone wanted to redeem them, looking for that letter H.
Well, can you imagine at that time in 1933? I mean, we're talking the Great Depression, and you could get an air rifle or a bat or something. That was probably a big deal back then. And that probably, if although they short printed at H, what they did to those poor kids.
I know, man. They always doing that stuff. And I saw it when I get here. I'm going to newspapers.com, but I saw
Yeah,
1950.
Rick. Stuke says Nielsen's is Canadian. It couldn't have been in Philly. Come on. Hey, Stuke, I'm going to talk to my research department about that.
You know what? I was thinking it was Canadian issue, but the way you were talking, I'm thinking, geez, am I right? No, it must be.
I don't know a lot about Nielsen's. I didn't even realize that was a Canadian issue because it looks just like the American
They were,
caramel. I mean, they're the
they were like
exact
so
same thing
confident, like
except a
that's going
different
to be.
back.
And I'm thinking it's Canadian, but I'm not going to.
Well, they had the American caramel, and then they had that W, the strip card. Looks identical, but it's a blank back. What's that W? I forget the number off the top of my head. With they have the ornate borders. And wasn't there another one? I have two versions of the Adolfo Luque. Um, I think I have
Yeah,
Nielsen's and American Caramel. But anyway, they had several, so I didn't realize one was in Canada.
yeah. I have that strip card, that has that border that came in a strip of 5 or whatever. That roof card.
Dan, Philly, Canada, same thing. Both talk weird.
Yeah, right here.
That's
Nielsen.
funny, eh? Yeah, that's it. Stukes, are you sure? Were you sneaking across the border as a kid to go get those? What are you looking for, Rick?
I was thinking of those borders that you were talking about. I think that's the only one I have with me right here.
They're really cool cards. I saw that Babe Ruth when I was a little kid, and I just always wanted it. I still want it. Him holding that ball. And there's a few different versions, so I really don't care which version. I actually like the cutouts because they're very scarce. All right, Rick. I think that'll do it for tonight. What do you think?
I don't know. Anything else you want to talk about?
Not really. I'll just get myself into trouble talking about hobby relevance.
Any other questions? Any more comments?
No, everybody's they're just talking amongst each other.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I don't know, Dean, but it's just absurd. He played his first 6 years with a not wooden, with a dead ball. His first 6 years, he played with a dead ball. And he played in a Yankee Stadium where center field is 82 feet farther than the one they play in today. And they had fewer games. I hear all the time they compare like so and so got there, did this almost as fast as Babe Ruth or as fast as Babe Ruth. No, he didn't, because they played fewer games back then. They played in bigger ballparks and they played with a dead ball. So to compare Babe Ruth's rookie season to a rookie season, or first 3 seasons, to a young guy today's first 3 seasons in small ballparks with a juiced ball, sure, he's playing against a lot of other talent, but I just don't buy that he couldn't play in the minors, or Walter Johnson would be out 7th grader playing baseball today. What do you think, Rick? Do all the 7th graders throw harder than Walter Johnson?
I don't think so. And people say, I didn't see him play, so why would I collect him? I didn't see him play. I didn't see Willie Mays play. I didn't see.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't put anybody down for what they do or don't want to collect. That's a prerogative. But, and hey, if people don't want to collect Willie Mays or whatever, that's their prerogative. It's just like, for me, it's a little sad. Like, if you're going to get cards and these guys aren't relevant anymore, but the guys who bat 172 today and hit 22 home runs are relevant, and those guys aren't. It's just blowing my mind. It's just blowing my mind.
No, at the National, I would say, this is a hot take. I would say 85, 90% of those people that are at that National are not collectors.
Yeah.
They're not. 85 to 90%.
So, there's a few there that are just there to steal the cards.
Yeah.
As we saw with the father of the year teaching his son how to be a thief, who was caught, by the way. They caught him. He was out of Illinois, I believe. And he's getting charged for theft and corrupting the morals of a minor, something like that. And then you have everybody. How many people were selling? There were probably as many, if not more, selling than buying. Most people, I think, were doing both, selling and buying.
I agree.
Yeah. You didn't take anything to sell, did you?
No, I did. I sold it too.
What'd you sell?
My rookie 86, baby.
You didn't tell me you sold that.
I sold it.
You must have sold it at the end because you didn't. You didn't even tell me. You sold it.
$18,700.
$18,700. You sold your Jordan rookie.
Yep.
Well, it's not even a rookie anymore. See how the hobby has changed?
I know. That's why I sold it, man. It's the stars.
It's junk now.
I sold another one too.
What'd you sell?
I sold the great one, Gretzky, PSA 8 also.
You sold a Gretzky PSA 8.
Rookie.
This is why I call you Rick the Flipper.
Hey, and 5,000.
It's really hard not to. It's really hard not to cash in.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say 5,000 is going into my wife's BMW. Just got it out of the shop, man. That's highway robbery. These German cars, man. 70,000 miles on this sucker. It has an oil leak and a water leak. 5,000.
Well,
I could buy a roof card for that.
I'll tell you what, 5 or 10 years from now, you won't have that Beamer, but you would still have your cards. 5,000 is better spent on card.
But I'm not going to have the rookie anymore.
Rick the Flipper sold 2 big rookie cards. I'll tell you, we're probably all dumb for not cashing in on the Jordan market right now.
Especially because if you're like, The new thing is what young kids, that's vintage to them. You
Yeah.
know, 86, that's vintage. That's a long time ago. But for us,
That's
we
another change
remember
in the
those
hobby.
cars.
Vintage is no longer going to be a specific period of time. It's going to be anything that's old. It's now a moving scale where it used to be a set era. And now people are calling 1990s cards vintage because they're going by the definition of vintage. You're not going by the era. Um, so, I mean, maybe pre-war cards will be pre-Iran war.
but uh, but it's for somebody like us, we see that these cards are a dime a dozen one in 86 or 90 or whatever year. People didn't really collect them, and there's so many of them out there, and it's a
There
big
sure
hobby,
are.
and it just doesn't. I mean, for that kind of money, just for me, that's crazy money.
Well, I don't even know why you had that. You collect vintage baseball. You don't really collect other sports other than some 49ers and Steph Curry's.
Yeah. So why have it? I'm a big hockey fan. Well, my Sharks, but I never really collected the history of hockey. But to tell
Yeah.
you, it's a good time. What I pay for these things, as somebody said, I'm cashing in.
Well, good for you.
I'm taking profit. That's what he said. I'm not going to say who said that. I'm
Now,
taking
when you sold
profit.
that Jordan, I know you. So, which big card are you buying now with that money?
Well, I don't know, but I have it.
Because I know you
Have,
you bought before you sold it. So I know you're buying a different big card.
well, I mean, I had to pay for that W502, right? So that's part of that.
But you bought that the first day before I even saw you.
Yeah, but I have
and
to kind of,
and you hadn't sold the Jordan yet, and I
yeah,
know you. So what big card are you buying?
I don't have anything on my,
All right.
but I'm not
Well, you
spending that.
guys will have to stick around to the John and Rick show in the coming weeks because I'm sure there's something coming,
So
even though Rick's not fessing up.
I'm not going to pay $18,000 for any card. Put it that way.
No, but you might pay 10 and pocket 8.
That's true too. Or five if it goes to my wife's car.
Now, let me ask you this, Rick. Are you turning that money into the IRS as income?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That just seems odd
Every year, I
that you
do.
have to do that.
And it's kind of interesting because you don't, I just do it. Yeah.
Well, I
I'm
mean, you're a flipper.
honest. I'm honest. I don't flip that. You say I flipped 2 cards this year. I don't flip.
Rick the flipper.
I have Rick the Flipper. I literally don't flip them. I mean, 2 cards
Now
this
let me
year.
ask you: when you started flipping cards, did you get that Michael's kid? Did you give him $9,000 for his program?
No,
Teach you how to do it?
I should have flipped it.
You
I
don't
should
have
have
people
flipped it
in
during
you don't have
COVID.
people in India looking on auctions for you, like
I
he
need some. I need some
like his
advice. You
program.
think I was in the chat? You think I was wrong? Is that card still going to go up? It's pretty set right now, around 18K for at
Rick,
least a
now we
month
don't
now.
talk investing in cards on the John and Rick show. You need to go live with somebody else for that.
I just want to know if I made a mistake.
Somebody's asking how much the Rox Cousteau. He's asking if you mind saying how much the 502 was.
I'm not saying how much a 500. Are you crazy?
Was it bigger than a bread box?
I'll put it
I'm
this
only-
way: it wasn't cheap because there's only 8 that exist graded total, all grading companies.
I'm keeping mine too, Brian.
But I was telling John that I can still pick up a 4, a 3, a 4, a decent looking 5, maybe even a 6. And if that card tanks back to where it was a couple months ago, then I can buy it back.
Hey, Eric at the Card Closet. He wants to know if you had the Gretzky, the tops, or the O-Pee-Chee.
Oh, it was a tops. I wish. I'll tell you what I got for that. It was an 8. PSA 8. Nice looking 8. And it was about 7,800.
Nice.
What I pay for it? 800.
Not a bad return. That's better than the stock
But I mean,
market, better than gold, better than Bitcoin.
Like I said, I collect history, not common cards. Or
Wayne Gretzky's
modern
not a common card.
Well, you're right, but I mean, I don't collect hockey.
He's historic. He bought the first Mike Baker trimmed PSA card.
But he's not as good as the players nowadays. My Celebrini, that 1 of 1 is going to go with a $200,000 right now plus up for auction. He's no Celebrini.
Oh my God, are you serious?
He couldn't play nowadays. Gretzky.
Are you serious right now?
He couldn't play nowadays. Come on.
No old athletes could ever play.
Jordan, please.
Johnny Unitas wouldn't complete a pass.
Jordan,
in modern football, they can actually put their arm out, hold the guy. I mean, if you watch somebody like Max Crosby or T.J. Watt or Myles Garrett, like the offensive lineman literally has his arm around them, right?
Yeah.
And back then, you weren't allowed to do that. That was holding. And so those guys like Johnny Unitas, they had a very small window to throw that ball, which is probably why they ran so much.
Well, they only had 2 guys going out.
Yeah.
No, you have running backs going out.
But none of them were talented. There were no talented defensive backs. This is what we hear. None of these guys could play today. And all these guys like Don Hudson, he played against, these guys were like little leaguers. They weren't any good. So that's why he got all his yardage. But I always ask the question, when somebody says that, then why didn't every receiver do what he did? If that's true, if it's true that, I don't know, what Johnny Unitas did wasn't so special, why didn't every quarterback do it? Why didn't every receiver do what Don Hudson did? Why didn't every running back do what Jim Brown did or Gale Sayers if it was so easy? The same with baseball. If it was so easy and the talent was so terrible, and Babe Ruth, didn't have any talent, why didn't everybody hit 60 home runs? All right.
They didn't eat hot dogs and drink beer and womanize and everything else, man. That's what.
I'll tell you what, I'd like to see these guys today go out there and pitch drunk like they used to back then.
Or
eat hot dogs and drink beer and smoke in the dugout and then go up and hit a home run.
Yeah, their workout was lifting their beer bottle.
Yeah, I just heard a story. Somebody was, I forget the player. He said he came into the league and it was, I don't know, some pitcher, and he was smoking in the dugout. Then he'd go out there and pitch. Oh, I forget the player now.
Oh, the classic. And I wish I could have, I want to type one photo of this.
Dave Parker.
Oh, yeah. I gave you the T-shirt with them smoking.
Oh, no. You know what? It was John Stallworth. I saw an interview where somebody was like, they were playing with John Stallworth at the end of his career, and he'd go into the locker room at halftime, smoke a bunch of cigarettes, and then go back out there and catch balls.
Hey, the number one photo I love, a type one to have, is Lynn Dawson. Remember smoking at halftime? Yeah. He's smoking there by himself in a chair.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't get better than that, man.
Yeah, all I could say is if you gave Lou Gehrig or Jimmy Fox, so these guys, like Jimmy Fox grew up on a farm, and he basically, his workout was essentially like the workouts of Jason Statham today. You know, they go back to if you do I've like the hit workouts where they flip tires and do all this kind of stuff instead of weights mostly. But if you put those guys on those workout regimens, I mean, look at their physiques back then, Lou Gehrig and Jimmy. If you put them on the regimens of today, right, and the diet and all that, man, they'd still be beasts.
You have to base it on who they played against, and those players totally dominated the sport. The Ty Cobbs, the Tris Speakers, the Ruths, the Garricks, they totally dominated their sport.
Yeah.
The other players of that time, and that's how you have to kind of gauge it.
Yeah, I was talking about Jim Brown. So Jim Brown, his first few seasons, he played in 12-game seasons, right? And he retired. What, he played nine years, I believe. Retired, and he still was good when he retired. But he played, I believe it's his first 3 years in 12-game seasons. Then they moved to 14-game seasons. And it still took Walter Payton a year longer to break his record playing in 14 and 16-game seasons. He played most of his time in 16-game seasons because they switched, I think it was 77 or 78, started the 16-game season. So he was playing with extra games every year and still took him an extra year to break that. That's how insane that record was. Because everybody else that did it, it took way longer, took way more games to break it. He was just so dominant back then. And it's just impossible to compare eras, in my opinion. I don't know how you can compare eras. You go back to football and you're going to compare eras where a guy played both ways to now with specialists.
Yeah,
you know, you just can't do it.
You see football players and they have more Hall of Famers have just as many touchdowns as interceptions, you know, and it's a whole different game nowadays where you can't touch anyone. And there's 6 guys going out on a one, you know, it's a passing game and a whole different game. So you have to base it, I think, like I said, it's just on who they played against. And if you dominated the sport, then, you know.
Yeah.
Just like Jordan, they didn't have the 3-point line or didn't meet anything 3-point line. I'm sure he would have learned or shot the 3-point shot and it would have opened up the game more, but they just didn't play that way. It was everything was in the paint with centers and.
Yeah, I mean, they basically did 3-pointers if they were down a lot or needed it to win the game at the end or something like that.
Yeah, completely different game.
Yeah, it wasn't considered smart to just go up there and throw threes up all day.
Yeah, you would post up, build, you know, you would have Lanier or Kareem or somebody like that in the post, and you would pass it into the post or pass it back out, and then you would drive to the basket, right?
Yeah, that's another interesting thing. So Kareem played 4 years of college, played most of his time without a 3-point line, only ever had 1 3-pointer in his entire career. And it still took LeBron James that long to break his record, to catch him in points. That's an insane amount of points, all 2-pointers. When you look back on it.
Yeah,
it's pretty insane.
Automatic. That hook was automatic.
I never saw him miss it.
Never miss it. You can block it. You just be down there. You pass
Impossible to block. You'd have to be 7'7" to block it.
And he would make it every time. Make it every time. But again, it's a different game.
Rick, one of the most fun things to watch back in the 80s was a Lakers Celtics game.
Yeah.
It just doesn't get any better than that. Never will ever again. That was the matchup, man. Those two teams, what a treat to watch that. You know, growing up in Pittsburgh, we never got together and watched basketball. We didn't even have a basketball team. We would for the Steeler games. We'd always get together. But I would go to my cousin's house. His friends would come over. My older cousin, his friends would come over, and we would sit there and watch those games. We would make it a point on a weekend to watch those games. They were so good.
Kurt
They were so
Rambis,
good. I miss them.
Kurt Rambis with the glasses and
I
the
can't think
white
of any
guy.
basketball games that even match up with that now
No,
that I would get
Kevin
excited to
McHale,
watch.
man, that guy could has moves inside. It was a Parrish, something.
And then you have the new Studio Wrestling League, where they beat the hell out of each other. The WNBA, I think it's called.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks,
Yeah.
everybody. Listen to us drone on and on and on. We
About the old days.
appreciate you.
About the old days.
Love the old days. Things just seemed to make more sense back then, Rick.
Hey, what's going on with your pitcher nowadays in Pittsburgh, man? Is he having a tough second half here or what?
I'm wondering if he's going to be like Mark Fidrich. I don't know what happened. He abandoned his splinker, which is pitch. He threw that most of the time. And I noticed it early on in the season. I don't know what's going on.
Is it time to sell his cards?
His rookie season was probably the time to sell his cards. Pitchers don't hold any value. I mean, even Grover Cleveland Alexanders don't sell for anything.
I tell you.
But if we're going to non-sports, if that's the next big thing, you're better off buying his girlfriend's cards.
You got it. She's more popular. I bet you they both show up somewhere. Which direction are they going?
Did you ever see the skit that she did on Saturday Night Live where she works at Hooters?
Yes.
They're like, how much in tips did you just make? She's like $3,000. That's a funny episode.
It's just like
funny skit.
Cunningham, Sophia Cunningham. She's on all kinds of YouTube things, and she, bring all kinds of cards, and I think she's probably more popular than Caitlyn is nowadays.
Well, yeah, I guess depending on what side you are on, you either love her or hate her.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, and this started a number of years ago, we have to have politics in our sports now. We can't just keep them separate.
Yeah, I don't mean that. I mean just her,
It was a lot more fun when we could just escape to sports and just have sports. But
I'm trying to find
those days are long gone, Rick.
Do you have her card there somewhere right by you? The one
Not right by me, no.
I don't know where it is.
You have her card?
Her card. Yeah. Remember I gave you one. I kept the one where she's
the what do they call it? Custom card.
Custom card.
Hey guys, speaking of that, I saw somebody on YouTube. Apparently there's a custom card of me. Rick?
Yeah.
Does anybody have one?
I think Ed.
I haven't seen this thing. I don't think I've seen it. Somebody on YouTube was talking about it. Can't remember who.
Ed has one. I know that. Lester Griff.
Oh, maybe it was him.
Yeah.
I need to find out who's making these things.
You're not getting any money for it? Using your image?
Dude, I didn't even know it existed until you told me. Anyway, I got to track one down. Dan wants a custom card of my ghost. All right, Rick, I'm going to go.
All right, man. We're just rambling.
We're rambling at this point.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Have a great night.
Take care.